You might have seen videos like these floating around on YouTube. They claim to be able to teach you how to solve a Rubik's Cube in 5 seconds, but they always just show you some cheap trick or how to fake it. But with the right combination of luck, skill, and determination, it is possible to actually do. If I can do it, that means you can too. So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to actually solve a Rubik's Cube in 5 seconds.
Yeah, well, sounds like you got a 46 and I didn't.
Yes! I got it!
Yes, sir.
449! Yes!
Oh, buddy, you gotta stop by.
Step 1. Get a Speedcube. You can see how fast I'm turning in this video. The Rubik's brand cubes you can find at Walmart just won't cut it if you're going for 5-second solves. There are a ton of Speedcubes out there, ranging both in quality and in price. The cube I used to get the 449 is a hefty $59.99, but you absolutely don't have to spend that much money to get a great cube. The YJ Yulong V2M is a great cube that costs less than $8, and if you order it from thecubicle.com, you can use the discount code BrodytheCuber to get 5% off your order. I included links to a few of my favorite cubes at different price points in the description below. Feel free to pick whichever one best fits your needs and your budget. Step 2. Learn how to solve the 3x3. If you want to solve a cube in 5 seconds, you first need to be able to solve it at all, right? So if you can't solve one already, you should look up an online tutorial and get to work on learning. Even though it's over a decade old, my favorite Rubik's Cube tutorial is still the one made by Dan Brown. This is the one I originally learned from, and I'm certain that you can learn from it as well. I'll have this video linked in the description too. Step 3. Learn how to do finger tricks. Having a Speedcube is only half of the equation when it comes to turning quickly. The other half is what are known as finger tricks. Finger tricks are the techniques that you can use to turn the cube using just one finger instead of your entire hand. This lets you switch from a snail's pace to lightning fast movements that will impress all of your friends and save a boatload of time on your solves. You should start out by learning the basics: the home grip position, how to move the top layer with your index fingers, how to move the bottom layer with your ring fingers, and how to combine those moves with turning the right and left sides with your hands. As you get more advanced, you can start adding more complex movements that save even more time. Double flicks, push moves, flick moves, how to use your index finger and thumb to handle the front side, and even crazier stuff than that. I'll link some finger trick tutorials in the description, and I'll probably end up making my own at some point. Step 4. Learn CFOP. CFOP is the most popular Rubik's Cube speed solving method. CFOP is actually an acronym for the 4 steps of the method. First, you build a cross. Then, you solve the first 2 layers, or F2L, by forming pairs of pieces that go in the slots left by your cross, and solving each of those 4 pairs. This is faster than the beginner's method because it solves 2 pieces at a time instead of 1. Next, you use an algorithm to get your top color to be facing up on every piece. This is called OLL, which stands for orientation of the last layer. And finally, PLL, or permutation of the last layer, will move around the topside pieces into their solved positions. You should already know how to solve the cross because that is also the first step of the beginner's method. OLL and PLL are basically exercises in memorization. The most important but most difficult step is F2L. There are some really great F2L tutorials on YouTube already, but if you want something extra special that should make the process of learning F2L much easier, you can wait a few weeks for my F2L tutorial to come out. I also have a tutorial for the first few OLL algorithms you should learn, and I'll include a link in the description to my favorite site for learning PLL algorithms as well. Step 5. Practice, practice, practice. By this point, you should know how to do every part of the CFOP method. Now, you need to learn how to do them better. At the skill level necessary for 5-second solves, there isn't much room for mistakes. Instead of building the cross using beginner techniques, you should be able to build any cross in 8 moves or fewer. Instead of following the beginner F2L intuitive approach, you should know the best ways to solve almost every case you could come across. And instead of turning OLL or PLL into a multi-step process, you should be able to solve any OLL case or any PLL case with just one algorithm. Learning all of this will take a lot of time and practice, but you will have a lot of help along the way. In the description, I put links to every tutorial I have on improving your cross efficiency, doing F2L better, and different OLL and PLL algorithms that you should learn. Over time, using those resources, your solve times will get faster and faster. Step 6. Be patient. No matter how fast you learn, you won't be getting 5-second solves overnight. When I was starting out, I improved faster than most people, and I got my first 5-second solve just under 2 years after I started practicing. And I got my first 4-second solve just over 3 years after I started. Making progress is all about consistency in your efforts. Anyone can get to my level, including you. You just need to consistently put in the work required. Step 7. Get lucky. No matter how skilled you are, your best solves will always be much luckier than the rest of your solves. So a good way to get fast times is to put in a lot of hours just waiting for the right scramble to come around. That's exactly what I did to get my 449. I spent over 12 hours live streaming solves just to get that one solve. If you're not quite as fast as I am, you'll need even more luck, and then it could take even longer. Let's go over how much luck was necessary for me. Keep in mind that an average 3x3 solve at my level will take anywhere from 50 to 60 moves. So on this scramble, I decided to do a white cross because I already have 3 of the pieces in the bottom layer here. So I have these 3, and then this blue one. And I noticed 2 extra things. I noticed this block, and then the edge piece that would make this F2L pair is right there, which makes me think I could build an X cross. So the first thing I wanted to do is solve this blue cross piece across from the green where it belongs. So I just do that with an arm move from this angle. And then this red one actually needs to go where the orange one is now. So I do D prime, R prime. And when I do that, it solves this piece and builds this block. And so I use the time where I don't have a cross edge right here to move this one back here, making this block. So then when I do D2 to line it up and R to solve that, I now have this X cross, which basically means a cross where you already have an F2L pair completed. The next thing I saw was this F2L pair. So I moved it over here, cube rotated so I can solve it into the back left, and solved it like this. And the next thing that appeared to me was this F2L pair, which I do have to cube rotate for. I actually missed this one, which I could solve without cube rotating, but from this angle, I somehow did notice these, and I can solve these without cube rotating from here, and it kind of cancels into how I solve these. So I connect them like that, and then insert, and the first move of this F2L pair will be an R prime, so I did that as an R2 like that. Take out the edge, and now I have my pair set up like this. I insert it, and I have this simple OLL, and I saw all of these lined up corners, which means that I know I'm going to get some sort of edge only PLL, and I have a chance of it being a skip. So I do my algorithm, and I knew by about here that it was going to be a skip. So I just finish off like that, and I was done. That solve was 39 moves, and 39 very easy and intuitive moves at that. Scrambles like that do not happen often. So if you want to get a 5-second solve, that's how you do it. Get a Speedcube, learn how to solve it, learn finger tricks to turn it faster, learn CFOP, practice a lot, be patient, and get lucky. It's definitely harder than just faking it, but then again, nothing worth doing ever comes easy. If you want to embark on this journey to 5-second solves, please consider subscribing to my channel. I make a lot of tutorials that will help you along the way. If you want, you can also ring the bell, leave a like on the video, and use the discount code BrodytheCuber when you order at thecubicle.com. I'll see you guys next time, and I hope you have a great day. This is Brody, signing out.